and she still doesn't know that you're Batman. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bourbon Note. I'm Greg.
I'm Ben.
And today, we're drinking bourbon. All right, Ben.
Got a shootout here.
This is going to be an interesting one.
Yeah.
We are, full disclosure, we're fans of Evan Williams. Mm-hmm. And this is their small batch product. 300 barrels is their definition of small batch, but okay.
Is it really?
Yeah, 300.
Oh, I didn't know that.
What...
so they do 300 barrels, push that out, 300 more barrels, push that out, 300 more barrels out of like 1,000,000 barrels.
Yeah, right. But one of the cool things about Evan Williams is all of their stuff tends to be available, which is awesome, and also a decent price.
Yeah.
So these come in at low 20s?
Yeah, I think this one was, I haven't seen this new one in Minnesota yet. I got one in Michigan. I think it was like 23 or 24, right. And this one's usually around 20.
Right.
So let's introduce these before we get too far into it. So this is Evan Williams 1783 small batch.
Yep.
So the new one is the one here on the, well, on our right. And it's the same bourbon, but proofed up a little bit. So this one is the standard 86. Is that what most Evan Williams products are?
Yep.
And then they boosted this one up to 90 proof.
90.
Extra aged in white oak. And I know the normal 1783 is kind of an extra age beyond like the black label.
Right.
So I think basically what this is just the regular Evan Williams, same proof, but just aged a few years longer, a couple years.
And a new bottle, because they wanted to make something that looks a little bit better on the shelf, and I think they really succeeded.
But I mean, even just the original 1783, as opposed to regular Evan Williams, it's just, I think the difference is the age.
Age and small batch, yeah.
Yep. So we want to do a little shootout between the two of these, since they've got, this is going to be the new one, so this is going to go away, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
So, all right, well, let's get into
Okay, I'm going to help open, so we're not sitting here forever.
Well, these should come off nice and easy. Famous last words.
That's right. There are screw tops.
Okay, there we go.
Glug, glug, glug.
Jeez, that made a weird noise.
It did.
All right, so we're gonna actually start out, usually when we do stuff like this, we do an ascending proof, but we decided we're gonna do the higher proof one since it's only a couple of proof points to see if it drops off.
Yeah.
Rather than if it's a step up.
And we both have had this one.
Yep.
But I've never had this one.
I've had that
You did
one.
taste it.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, it should be really, really similar.
Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna worry about water in between these since they're so similar. I want to just see if there's really a noticeable with that extra 4 proof points, or if this one is, I don't know if they do anything different with it.
Right.
So, on the right, in both of our setups here. All right, let's get into it.
Okay.
Standard Evan Williams, brown sugar, peanut shell.
A little bit of cinnamon.
A little bit. Kind of down the middle of the road.
But it feels like it's going to be powerful. Like it's not watered down. You know, like some lower entry level type bourbons are a little bit watered down, and you're missing flavor as well as the alcohol content.
So one thing I tend to like about Evan Williams is, you know, maybe the black label is the one that's the least aged. Yep. But the lowest one is 86 proof, and so with 86 proof, you have this one, the single barrel, which is 8 years. Yeah. And then the black label. They've got some other ones that are like distillery only that get into like the 12-year. Those are
hard to find.
Hard to find, or distillery only, and they're expensive. And so for the main ones, these two on the nose.
I haven't even smelled the.
I don't. If you mix those up, I don't know if I'd be able to tell you which one is which.
I was just going to say the same thing. I don't know if I can pull a difference between them.
Flavor-wise, they, you know, as far as all the different, you know, notes coming through seem very similar.
It feels, and then maybe just 100% wishful thinking, Feels like I'm just getting more intense flavors out of this one.
That's what I was going to say, and I was going to say the exact same thing. It could be just because I know which one is which.
Yeah.
But I feel like this one is a little bit more rich.
Yeah.
You know?
But they're close.
Very close, yeah.
So I'm going to jump in. Let's go.
It's a sharp edge to this. Not saying in a bad way.
Yeah, they're intense flavors. And
yeah.
for this is 90 proof. I mean, this is kind of punching above its weight.
I think it does, yeah. It definitely has, and it's not just alcohol sharpness. There's something about that, like I really get like a salted peanut shell off of Evan Williams stuff. And I think that adds kind of a sharpness. Kind of gives you that sweet and salty vibe. You know, the sweetness of the bourbon, and then there's just kind of that edge to it.
I almost get like a crisp apple kind of note.
Really?
It's really clean and really almost like crunchy kind of note. Like it just, there's something about it that's really, really good.
Perfectly nice bourbon to sip on.
Oh, it's an awesome bourbon, yeah.
Little corn.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna go in for the
comparison.
Yeah. Oh, definitely not as sharp.
Not as intense. Mm-hmm. Clearly the same flavors. These are two from the same distilleries, from the same family.
Yeah, you can tell that.
Yep.
There's a bigger difference there than I thought there was going to be. It's only 4 proof points. Mm-hmm. And on the nose they were so similar, but how on the nose this one just seemed a little bit more rich. It's noticeably more rich.
I agree.
Yeah, that's Yeah, definitely this one has a little bit more, it's just turned up a little bit.
Yep.
You know?
I would agree.
Both perfectly good.
I think both are excellent. So this is a bourbon I tend to maintain in my collection. Mm-hmm. This is a bourbon I'll probably collect.
Yeah.
I will make sure I have 3, not just 1.
Yeah, this is good for anything. It's cheap and rich, so it's good for cocktails if you want to mix it with something. It's good for if you have people over and you don't want to break out a bourbon that you just want to have something inexpensive that you don't care if you kill the bottle.
Right.
But that still tastes good.
I think it's better than that. I mean, this is a really good bourbon, and it's $22, $23.
Yeah. So. There's a lot of good deals out there right now. I mean, some of the stuff some things are getting more and more expensive, but at the same time, there's still a lot of really good
I agree.
value pours. This is definitely one of them.
Yep.
But yeah, there's definitely a little bit of a difference. So I think maybe in due time here, you're not going to really have a choice between these two, because I think this is going away and this is staying put.
That's what my guess is.
Yeah. But I mean, why not have for how cheap this is? I think this is sub 20 actually.
Could be.
For how cheap it is, why not have a bottle of something that in a couple years you're not going to be able to get, you know?
I don't know. It's pretty easy to find, I think.
No, I mean this one once it gets discontinued.
Yeah, sure.
You know, or even just the old label, like sometimes when they come out with even just a new look of a bottle, I'm tempted to just buy one of the old bottles and just stick it on my shelf just as a collector's item.
Yeah.
You know, if it's something rare, I'm always going to end up opening it because you want to experience the bourbon. But if it's something you can get anytime, like Wild Turkey 101 just got a new label. Like I'm tempted to just buy a bottle of it and just keep it on the shelf just for, just to have a little throwback there. Anyway, I would recommend both of these, but yeah, there's a difference for sure. Anything different coming through the more you taste it? I've really noticed with a lot of bourbons lately, the further into the sipping I get, more stuff starts to come out. This one, I'm not really getting that.
I'm getting some real complexity out of this one. I just finished the pour. But a little bit of leather kind of notes, earthy kind of flavors, which I really like. I am really, really impressed with this.
Yeah, it's good.
So I'm sure it'll be coming to Minnesota soon, but I'm gonna seek this one out for sure.
I saw a 175 of it in Minnesota.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in this bottle in a 175, it was like, It was a very commanding bottle. It was noticeable on the shelf. It looked like
I tend not to buy 175s. I don't know about you.
I don't either. No.
And maybe if it's like something I'm gonna mix, like I do normally keep a 175 of Maker's Mark for old fashions or whatever. But
if I just want that much of a bourbon, I'll buy it and then just refill an old bottle. Like once this is done, go into the 175 and pour it out just to have it on the shelves. You know, like lugging this big home wrecker of whiskey out every time you want to have a pour. That's really the reason, just the practicality of it. So anyway, well, if you can't tell, we like these. We like Evan Williams.
Yep.
But yeah, these are both really good. But yeah, really impressed with the new variation. So
I agree.
All right, well, this has been Evan Williams 1783 on the Bourbon Note. I'm Ben.
I'm Greg. Thanks for watching. Cheers.